Okay, let's start out with some introductions. I am Michelle Zwicker. I am a member of the RainMade team, and we are a resource momentum company. Our mission is to propel ideas that dramatically benefit humanity. And we foster innovative ideas by aligning and activating people, technologies, and companies. And we are profoundly impacted by the life vessel and the impact that it's having on people's well-being. And so I'm very eager for this conversation with you. This is Craig Jones of Bend, Oregon. You are a life vessel owner and operator. Where we're talking to you from now is your business Amylite, and I understand you're opening another company, another life vessel center in Portland, Oregon as well.
Yes.
And very eager to hear, first of all, how you became inspired to be a life vessel owner operator.
Sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to tell that story, Michelle. It really started with my wife's hunt for health. My wife's been on a journey looking for her healthy self again for the past 15 or 18 years. She's been struggling with some autoimmune issues, and we've tried every practitioner we can get her in front of. We tried Western medicine, Eastern medicine. We've really opened our minds up to trying kind of anything and everything out there. And it was actually through Tracy's aunt in Hawaii, who had come across the life vessel through her own journey to health and was having amazing results from it, that we decided to go down to Santa Rosa. And Tracy worked with a practitioner who was incorporating the life vessel into her practice. Tracy came back from Santa Rosa with kind of hope for the first time in many years, because she was actually seeing results and attributed a lot of it to the effects of the life vessel. And it was something that we were surprised that Santa Rosa was the closest one to us, and we saw it as a tremendous opportunity to bring the life vessel to Oregon and have a chance to be on the providing side of helping people. It's something that my wife and I just feel very strongly about. We love being able to help people. It's just part of who we are, and we're really excited to be getting the life vessel up and running in Oregon.
Oh my goodness. So I'm honestly quite moved by your story. First of all, I'm moved by your love and dedication to your wife, spending so many years with her, moving around on behalf of her well being. That's extremely moving to me. And I'm really happy to know that that things are changing for her. Can you tell me how is she now?
We feel like she's finally on the path to healing. We think that, we recognize it's not going to be an overnight, fix for her, but we're hopeful that within the next year we're going to have her back to full health.
Oh my gosh. And so, can you tell me how long did it take her to really start to feel the benefits of her experience with Life Vessel?
She felt benefits immediately from the first session, which part of what's interesting about that is she and my daughter actually were doing the Life Vessel sessions together, and she comes out of the Life Vessel with a very kind of a deep, profound sense of well-being and relaxation. And the interesting part is we see if the life vessel affect people in different ways. And before we decided to open the life vessel up here in Oregon, we went down to Arizona. I wanted to try the life vessel session myself. And as I came out of the life vessel, Tracy looked at me and says, "You didn't get it, did you? You don't," she just was looking at me, and I didn't have this very, I guess, kind of deep, relaxed sense that she came out with. And I said, "I don't know. I felt relaxed. It was very soothing, but I don't feel, like it was life-changing for me." But as we drove away, I realized that I was actually having what we call a detox reaction. Tracy lives her life eating very clean, very well, getting lots of sleep. I tend to push myself too hard and ingest things that I shouldn't be, taking into my body. And what the life vessel was doing was actually kind of helping me release some of those toxins that my body was retaining. So as we drove away from the life vessel center in Arizona, I physically couldn't drive anymore. We literally had to pull over to the side of the road. I ended up curled up in the fetal position for about a half hour in some shade, but recognizing that that it was a good thing. I mean, it was, at least I had enough, knowledge and wherewithal to realize that what it was doing was creating this detox reaction and helping purge my body. I didn't prepare well enough with enough water to help my body do this, so it was a bit of a challenge for me that day. But it left, no doubts in my mind that the Life Vessel is just an amazing device that is doing great things for, for the human body.
Right. Yeah, you had a pretty visceral reaction. I've heard that isn't uncommon. I brought myself and my mother up to the one in San Juan Capistrano, and by the third, we were up there for 4 treatments, which is the protocol, right? Yep. 4 treatments over 3 days. And after her 3rd treatment, she was like, I don't feel so well and I don't want to go back. But understood that is the detoxification effect, right? So that is some real proof that something is happening. Absolutely. I would love to hear what you've witnessed in terms of, I realize that you're new, so you just opened up your center here in Bend, you said in February, and we're having this conversation in April, so you've had a short period of time. Tell me what you've witnessed.
We've had, we see a wide range of how it affects people, and we see people who maybe already have kind of meditation in their daily life come in, and they end up having, they have the ability to go so much deeper than somebody else does. I think their body's already kind of primed to get itself into that state, and they come out talking about, wonderful out-of-body experiences that they're having, kind of these really amazing transcendent moments. We see people come in. I guess some stories that have been really profound for me is we had somebody come in who's, the doctors think he's got a virus in his spine. Ooh. It has created kind of some atrophying of the muscle, especially with one of his legs. He's got a condition called drop foot. His feet are kind of all curled up, and he's been seeing doctors for 3 years on this, done every conceivable test, and they just can't tell him anything. They just don't know what to do, and he's in pain every day with this and has a hard time walking. He's come through and done his first series, and I think it was after the 2nd or 3rd treatment in that series, he noticed pain starting to be alleviated. His toes have actually started to kind of uncurl and straighten out, and it's been better. After the 4th session, that's kind of held. He's got, less pain. The toes are starting to uncurl. He's going to be coming back in. I think we're a couple weeks away before Doug comes back in again. So we're looking forward to seeing if we can kind of keep seeing some progress there. We had a gentleman who came in with some eye swelling problems, and he actually, his wife had gone to the Life Vessel maybe 10 years ago and had tremendous results. And so as he's starting to have problems with his eyes, and then he found out that we had a Life Vessel right here in his backyard, he thought he'd come in and see if it could potentially help. I didn't realize it at the time, but he'd actually gone to see the doctor and had been prescribed some steroids for some swelling in his eye. And both of his eyes were swelling. One of them was so severe that the doctor was worried that his cornea was actually going to separate from his eyeball from the swelling. Hey. So they put him on steroids, which is, I guess, is kind of the strongest protocol that they had with medication. He came in, and after his, I can't remember, I want to say it was after his 2nd session, he was going back in to see his ophthalmologist and found out that the swelling had reduced by about 80% in one of his eyes and was completely gone in the other one. And the doctor was just dumbfounded. He couldn't explain what had happened, says he's never in his 30-some years of practice ever seen anything like this. And, of course, so it wasn't Doug, this was Greg. So Greg, tells the doctor about the Life Vessel, and the doctor, that can't have anything to do with it, but I'm sure it's not hurting anything, so go ahead and keep doing it. Where, Greg feels, 100% certain that this is exactly what's doing it for him, is the Life Vessel creating those results. So it's so exciting and rewarding to be a part of changes like that, especially because we've seen what that means for my wife and for us, in our lives, to see people struggle with not getting any answers and not being able to find, a cure for something, not seeing any hope or any success. And so it's really, really rewarding and exciting to be able to, to be a part of something that gives people hope and starts helping them heal. I
can only imagine how rewarding that is. And I feel that when you say that, to be, a piece of all of these stories, where
Yeah.
people get back, like what you were saying about your wife. I'm feeling all emotional this morning. To get back, just to being able to live
Yeah.
life and take it in, when you're not so distracted by pain and discomfort. What do you sort of see as your future here as a life vessel owner?
We just want, I guess, want more of that. We really, the life vessel is something that so many people are unfamiliar with. So we're excited about getting the word out and growing awareness about the life vessel, and having it be a part of more people finding that hope and finding that healing, because we do feel like most people who come to something like this, who are kind of looking outside of kind of your regular traditional, Western medicine protocol, are people who start down that path because they're not finding answers. And so it becomes, I guess, especially rewarding when you can find somebody who, is just looking for that hope, looking for something that's going to help them turn the corner. Um, it's just incredibly rewarding to be able to create something that's a business and be able to employ people and help our family pay bills by bringing this help and wellness to people. So that's something that frankly we just can't get enough of it. So we're excited about the location here in Bend, but we're really excited about opening up our location in Portland. We think June, at the latest July, we can get our life vessel up and running there. And we've just got so many more people that we can be exposed to there that we can be a part of helping.
Oh, exciting. Tell me, what various conditions, circumstances, realities do you feel your life vessel can have a positive impact on?
That's one thing, especially as being a new owner, a new practitioner with this. It's a question that we get all the time, and it's a difficult one to answer because the life vessel doesn't work on any specific malady. It's designed to help rebalance the body, and our belief is that the body is designed to heal itself. When the body's functioning correctly, it has systems in place that are designed to fight disease, designed to keep it healthy, but sometimes it just gets out of balance, and over time, kind of being in that fight or flight state, being out of balance, and creates these kind of buildup of conditions in the body with all this swelling and all these things that impacts the body's ability to heal. So I don't think it's necessarily something that works on specific conditions, but what it's going to do is it's going to help the body balance itself out to where the body can function correctly in clearing toxins out of the body, helping fight disease that's in the body. So I wouldn't say that there's a list of certain things that it really affects, but what it's going to do is it's going to help your body be in a state to where it's going to do the best it can to keep itself healthy.
Amen. That seems like I can't imagine who that eliminates, right? I mean, if what we're looking at is restoring balance to the body, it just will, life vessel, in my experience, meets you where you're at and takes you to the next level of balance and wellness.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, it absolutely
matched
does.
by your experience?
It does, and it's something that because we see it affect people so differently. I mean, we'll have people who come in, and I mean, honestly, it's difficult because we see some people come in and they just have tremendous reactions. I mean, we had, this woman, Linda, came in. She's a hospice worker. She works 11-hour days. They're very physical. She says she's just absolutely wiped out at the end of the day. She hurts every day. She came through a series of sessions, and I mean, we kept getting calls from Linda about how great she felt and that the pain had just completely left her body, and that she's got energy at the end of her 11-hour days now instead of just, being at her wit's end and wiped out afterward. But so we really, at the end of the day, we want people to have a better quality of life, and that comes down to how they're feeling so often.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm excited for you and your new businesses, and perhaps we'll check back in with you in a year or two when we can talk about your, profoundly abundant practices.
That sounds great.
And in the meantime, I wish you good wealth and wellness for you and all the people around you. Thank you for your time.
Great. Thanks so much, Michelle. I really appreciate you taking the time for the interview.